Basque has something like indefinite and definite articles, just like we do in English. But the way that they are formed and used is a bit more complicated. Hi, I'm Shanna, and this is Basque Berserk. The base form of a noun can be used in some situations, but by itself, a noun is neither singular nor plural. This sort of differentiation is made by a determiner. You usually won't find a noun without some sort of determiner, which is an article or a demonstrative or a number or something of the sort. Basque uses something like an indefinite article, which in English is a or an, and this is bat. You can add bat after the basic form of the noun. It literally means one, like the number one, so using bat after a noun emphasizes one thing or simply just a thing. Ete bat erosi dugu. We've bought one house, or we've bought a house. Sagar bat dut. I have one apple, or I have an apple. Neska bat ikusten duzu. You see one girl, or you see a girl. The Basque language is heavily reliant on the case system. So you add suffixes to the word bat because it's the last item in the noun phrase. Ece batean bisinais. I live in a house, or I live in one house. Ara sagar batera sartuda. The worm has gone into an apple. Neska batekin korrika egin dut. I ran with a girl, or I ran with one girl. Using the definite article, which is the in English, can vary based on what role the noun takes in the sentence. As the subject of an intransitive sentence, just the suffix a is added, creating the absolutive case. Etxea andago. The house is there. It is also applied to the direct object of a transitive sentence, which is also the absolutive case. Etxea erosi dugu. We've bought the house. Sagarra dut. I have the apple. Notice how the last R in sagar doubles to produce a strong rolling R. This usually occurs, but not always. For instance, ur, water, simply adds the a suffix, ura, the water. Neska ikusten duzu. You see the girl. When the noun ends in an a in its dictionary form, which of course is what you can look up in the dictionary, it's not necessary to add another. Usually the absence of any other determiner will let you know that a noun that ends in a is being used in a definite sense. The a suffix isn't always strictly definite though. Chakurada. It's a dog. This could mean it is the dog, but generally when you point to a random dog, you say it's a dog. Esnea naidut. I want milk. It could mean I want the milk, but the a suffix can also be found in indefinite situations like this, so be aware that a suffix doesn't always necessarily translate as definite the. In fact, to loosely quote the Standard Basque Handbook, the Euskadi, who is the main authority on the Standard Basque language, hasn't made a decision on when exactly to use the a suffix in a definite or indefinite way. Usually, you will find the definite article in most situations when a noun or noun phrase is not accompanied by another determiner, such as that or many or three. For example, you may see yatechea instead of yateche on a sign for a restaurant. The days of the week and the months of the year are almost always found with the a suffix attached to them. The general trick is to not be too rigid when translating the and an or a, and just keep both possibilities in mind. Now, if our subject of an intransitive verb or our direct object of a transitive verb is plural, we add an ak suffix. Etxeak andale. The houses are there. Etxeak erosi ditugu. We bought the houses. Sagarrak ditut. I have the apples. Double R still applies here. Neskak ikusten dituzu. You see the girls. Here, just add the K to the final A. The line between definite and indefinite plurality is a bit blurry. As you can see, etxeak can be houses or the houses. Sagarrak can be apples or the apples. Neskak can be girls or the girls. So this definite article is sort of the filler when no other determiner is there to mark the noun. Though there isn't an exact indefinite article for the plural, you could certainly use a determiner such as batzuk or ashko. Etxe batzuk erosi ditugu. We've bought some houses. Etxe asko erosi ditugu. We've bought many houses. Now, here's where things get tricky. We've just said that the plural subject of an intransitive verb, or the plural object of a transitive verb, takes the suffix ak. Well, the singular subject of a transitive verb also takes an ak suffix. This is similar to the Basque pronouns that take a k suffix, because it's the ergative case. Etxeak ate bat du. The house has a door. Neskak sagarra du. The girl has the apple. Sagarrak arrak ditu. The apple has worms. Even the indefinite article bat takes a K with an intervening E. Etxe batek ate batu. A house has a door, or one house has a door. Neska batek sagarra du. A girl has the apple, or one girl has the apple. Sagar batek arrak ditu. An apple has worms, or one apple has worms. If this subject of the transitive verb is plural, it takes an ek suffix. Etxeek ateak dituste. The houses have doors. Neskek sagarrak dituste. The girls have apples. Notice how final A in the dictionary form neska is dropped and replaced by E. Sagarrek arrak dituste. The apples have worms. Two last things. In simple subject-predicate sentences, particularly with the to-be verb isan, such as the dog is good or houses are big, the adjective or whatever predicate complement also takes the matching article. Chakura ona da. The dog is good. Etxeak handiak dira. Houses are big, or the houses are big. If the complement is part of the noun phrase itself, the article, if present, will always attach to the last word in the noun phrase. Chakur ona emendago. The good dog is here. Etxe handiak han daude. The big houses are there. These various article formations can cause a lot of confusion for English speakers, since ours are a bit more simple. But they are very important for Basque nouns, so they will appear in almost all situations in some way or another. There is another article-type grammar to discuss about proper nouns and indefinite determiners, but that will be in a separate video. For more information on this article-type grammar, please visit the link in the description to the Standard Basque Handbook. It's in Basque, but you can use Google Translate to get the gist. I won't tell anybody. Thanks for watching. Agur!